Hey everyone, welcome to Zoologist Network, episode 10. Now today, we will be taking a dive into marine biology. Marine biology is a study of plants and animals and their ecological interactions with the ocean. Sponges are the oldest animals in history. They live up to be 700 years old. And yes, this does mean SpongeBob is not getting canceled. But but SpongeBob is one of those that exemplify an underwater sponge. Now these are the ones that live in the ocean. Yes, there are freshwater sponges, but you can but I don't know much about it. Sorry. Boo, I suck. I know. Now I would like to talk about Nidarians. Nidarians are jellyfish, coral, and what else? Anemones. Now, let's take the jellyfish. See, they have radial symmetry. If you were to cut one in half, if you were to cut one, they'll spin. They'll all have equal sides. Now, here are the tentacles. See, and here are the stinging cells. They use them to sting the predators. I remember getting stung in Hawaii. I got stung by a jellyfish on my birthday. Really hurt. Now, another another thing I'd like to talk about is the word sessile. When I say sessile, I mean that means they stay still and don't move no place. Now, anemones do move, but they move very slowly and very seldomly. But corals just stay there. And yes, they reproduce. Interestingly enough, scientists thought they were plants, but they saw that they reproduce asexually. It means without that stuff. Now, platyhelminthes are flatworms. I like to talk about. One of these are called the planarians, which I will show you a picture of in a minute. Now, one of these platyhelminthes, they're not planarians, but I forgot the name. Again, boo, I suck. We're in Finding Nemo. This is when Mr. Ray is taking the school to the drop off. There's let's name the species, the species, the species. Let's name the species live in the sea. And then Nemo gets lost and all that. No, they're still going to the drop off, but he sees a pink one of those pink flatworms. I forgot their name. And that and I'll show you. And when you dissect the planarian, they'll just this some of them they're still alive. They don't die, which is great. Now, the nematodes, the nasty little ones, are people too. Oh, no, they're not. They're roundworms. I'm just kidding. They're not people at all. But nematodes are, but nematodes do have two openings, an anus and a mouth. Also, they are They are also one of those worms that live in the ocean. Of course, everything I talk about today lives in the ocean. And I guess that's all I'll tell you. Come on! I gotta get this. Keep it rolling. I want y'all to hear this. This is how you have a, this is how you have a killer ringtone. I mean text tone. Oh, it's my cousin. Now for the mollusks. These are the ones that you're most familiar with. There are three: the gastropod, the bivalve, and the cephalopods. We have the gastropods include snails and slugs. They have a radula, which is a tongue with teeth on it. I know. I know. So yes, Gary does have teeth. And obviously, cuz they show it he shows it in the show. Now for I want to talk about the bivalves, which are clams, which are which are clams, which are clams. Now they have one of those hand thing. They have one of those teeth. Like, oh shucks. They just talk. They just open their mouth. Yeah, that's what it is. And then the cephalopods. We have the octopus, the squid, and we have the. That's not it. That's not it. But the squid, like Squidward, but Squidward's not a squid. He's an octopus. He's an octopus. Squids. Oh yeah, and there's a cuttlefish. The cuttlefish can change color to talk to communicate like chameleons can. And octopuses, yeah, and they shoot ink out of, and they shoot ink. All cephalopods shoot ink, whether that be the cuttlefish, whether that be the octopus, whether that be the squid. Aw, you guys made me ink. So a little something like that. Now, this group of animals won't be your favorite. Is well known by each and every one of you. It is not one of. I know it's not one of your favorites. It is called the arthropods. Now, arthropods are are insects, arachnids, crustaceans. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. So, start off with the insects. It's the most abundant. Like we have the bees, we have the ants, we have butterflies, we have what else do we have? We have the praying mantis, stick insect. No, snails aren't bugs. Neither are worms. I didn't mean to say snails. Now, it's one of those. So they're one of those. We also have arachnids, which are spiders, ticks. Ticks are not bugs; they are arachnids, and scorpions. Now for our arthropods, here's one right here. Here's the lobster. There's a lobster. See, it's pinching its antennae for feeling around. So all arthropods have. Now arthropod means joint foot, by the way. See, they're all jointed. See, let's see if you can see that. They're all jointed right here, right here, right here. That's what all arthropods have. Now, back to what I was saying. You have the lobster, the crab, the shrimp, and the prawn. We also, what you call it, that's what you get when you have arthropods.